All right, many thanks for joining me once again. You're still watching TMI. I'm just about to wrap it up at this point. But just before that, for all of us here on independent television and radio, at the end of the year is one of the most fun times for us because out of our busy schedules, we get to have some time out, to unwind, relax, and have fun. It's the staff dinner party that will be coming up in just about 24 hours from now. Yes, it will be taking place. And one of our sponsors, Brightence Electronics Company International Limited, joins me this morning to talk about that one. Dr. Brightence Ogenwe, many thanks for joining me.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so quickly, it's no longer news that you always, there to support us when we've got stuff coming, events, and a dinner party like this. So let's just head straight talk about some of your products. What's those products available at Brightence Electronics Company Limited?
Well, in Brightence Electronics Company, we have Brightence inverters, Brightence alternator boosters, Brightence automatic changeovers, Brightence fixed selectors. So these are some of the things we do in Brightence Electronics Company.
Okay. You mentioned the Brightence inverters. I'm a little bit interested in that. What's the usefulness? What kind of power?
Yeah, the Brightence inverter is a circuit that can power your ACs, your deep freezers, your borehole, and all electrical gadgets in the house, depending on the kVA or the size you are going for. So it's an inverter, like I said, that can power your borehole, your deep freezer, your air conditioners, and every other electronics in the house.
Okay. So the inverters comes with batteries. If the batteries are drained, what can be done?
Well, like we always say, inverter works with batteries. And when the battery is drained, there are only three methods you can use to charge the batteries through the inverter. It's either you are getting a solar charge controller where the sun will be charging the batteries, or you get a public power, whether BDC or PAC as the case may be, to charge your batteries through the inverters, or you use a generator to charge the inverters to charge the battery through the inverters. And I also want to let you know that the Brightence inverter synchronizes with your generators. So, but the gem must be of a higher kVA. And so it will work best if you are using generator to charge it, or if you are using public power to charge it, or if you are using a solar panel where the sun will charge it through solar panel with a solar charge controller.
Okay, so these are things that customers who purchase the inverters can do by themselves, not having to, come to you to say the batteries are drained.
Yes.
They can do this on their own.
Yes.
Okay. There are foreign inverters out there in the market. One thing Nigerians know how to do a whole lot is go for foreign stuff. Even if, this government has laid a whole lot of emphasis on made in Nigeria goods. But let's quickly talk about the advantage of, the advantage Brightence inverters have over foreign inverters, imported inverters.
Okay, Brightence inverter, first of all, the most important or sacrosanct reason why anybody should think of buying products from Brightence Electronics is that the products are made locally and we are the manufacturers of the said product. So there is no way the product will not have an after-sales services because nothing lasts forever. And then the company that said they assemble and make the product will not tell you they cannot fix it. That is impossible. And if you look at the circuit on the screen, this is the analog of the circuit. Then very soon you will see the digital of the circuit. Now this is the digital. You see the finished work, how beautiful it's looking. So I want to let you know that another advantage of Brightence inverter over the foreign ones is that it has thunderstorm resistant facility. It has double system circuit breakers.
Foreign inverters don't have all of this.
No, they don't. The foreign inverter don't have thunderstorm resistant facility. Okay. If you have seen anybody that has ever used a foreign inverter, they will tell you once there is thunder or whether there's lightning, the inverter will pack up. Okay. You understand?
Okay.
Yes. So, and again, the inverters we do, they are smart inverters. Some of the inverters can be repaired online. You don't need to bring it to the office. Okay. We use a computer to access it. Okay. You understand? And another advantage is that there is nothing that will happen to your product they will not tell you we cannot fix it.
No matter where the customer is in Nigeria?
No matter where the customer is in Nigeria. And again, another advantage is that the foreign inverters, they use what they call programming technology. It's a technology that enables a foreign company to determine the durability of a product after sales. So they know when the product is to expire. So that means...
So they can set when the product expires?
Yes, that's called programming technology.
Does Brightence inverter do that also?
No, we don't do that at all. Okay. Because we don't introduce programming technology so that the customer can enjoy the durability of the inverter for as many years as possible. Yeah, okay. You understand what I'm saying?
So it's not like I buy it today and I'm expecting that in 5 years there's a probability it will pack up.
No, it won't.
Because there's a new product in the market.
No, it won't. You see, one striking advantage is that those foreign inverters also, apart from using putting programming technology on it, they also at times use machines to plane away the value of the component that they use in assembling that inverter, making the repair a guesswork. And if you guess too much, you will burn the foreign inverters. Okay. And when you are using a foreign inverter, the only way you can fix it is to transpose it, meaning that you take the same thing that has a fault here from another circuit that has opposite fault. That's what they call transpose. Okay. Because those foreign companies, if you take the product back to them to fix, they will refuse. They will tell you that product you have enjoyed the warranty, you should buy another one, so that they can recycle money in their economy. And that's how some of these Asia countries became rich. And that was the reason why the Europe would not tell the Asia country that for your product to move into Europe, it must meet European standard. For your product to move into the US, it must meet American standard. Okay.
So if there's a customer, because definitely we have viewers from across the world, if there's a customer that's ordering the product from outside of Nigeria, does the person have to be scared of all of these issues with standards also?
No, you see, by the grace of God, we are doing what we know best to do with Standard Organization of Nigeria. Because Brightence inverter is inverter of class. Okay. If you have ever seen that inverter, or you have ever used it, you will know that it's an inverter we took time to work on. Okay. You get it now.
Okay. All right. Now, while the pictures on the screen was rolling, I saw the Brightence Alternator Booster. I'm sure that's what it's called.
Yes.
So let's quickly talk about that. And the Brightence Automatic Changeover. Let's quickly talk about that.
All right, the Brightence Alternator Booster is a circuit that it prolongs the durability of your generator. That means if you plug your pressing iron to your gen, it does this dragging sound.
Drag sound, yeah.
And that dragging sound the gen is making, you are straining the bearing of the gen, the pistons of the gen, the shaft of the gen, the alternator in your gen. Imagine these 4 components being strained. The gen over time will pack up. Yeah. You will need to go and buy half engine. So if you have the Brightence Alternator Booster, it will divide the surge going to that gen by 2. Half of it will come to the booster, the other half will go to the generator, thereby prolonging the life of that generator. So this is the Brightence Alternator Booster I'm talking about. And it's very simple to use. You plug it to the wall socket and plug your iron or what we call heat element electrical materials.
Electric cooker.
Things like your pressing iron,
boiling
your ring boiler or boiling ring, bread toaster, even your blender for tomatoes because it has coil. Your generator has coil, coil to coil effect. You get what I'm saying? So it is not made for your TV. It's not meant for your AC or borehole. It's for heat element electrical materials only.
All right. I'm sure, we've talked about it over and over again. Brightence Electronics trains people on how to make its inverters.
Yes, by the grace of God, we are doing our best to train people who are willing to be interested in learning how to make the Brightence analog inverters. Because you need to know how to do the analog before you can move to the digital ones. Okay. So that's why we are saying that if you look at the screen, these are some of the people that were trained this year. You understand? October, November. And the first 50 people are to register with 120,000, while other people subsequently will now register with 150,000. The aim of the program is that we will train you on how to make the product by yourself. Then at the end of the train, don't forget that 120,000 naira is not as if Brightence Electronics is going to eat the 120,000.
I was going to ask you, isn't that so much at this time?
Now, the 120,000 naira, all the components that are required for you to be able to make and assemble that product, all of them will be paid and bought. And then while you are learning, you will make mistakes as a learner. Some of the components will go bad. In the process, we need to be replacing them. Yeah. Okay. We need to be replacing those components for you. Okay. So as to make sure that within that 2 months training program, you get all the required skill to make it yourself. Okay. So once you are able to make the inverter yourself, you will take the inverter home at the end of that training
Okay.
So we have little or nothing to gain, because at the end of the training, that same inverter you made yourself, you will take it home. And so the next training program is starting 18th of January, and it will end on the 17th of March. So that's a 2-month training program. And for those...
within that 2 months, they would garner enough knowledge to be able to be on their own.
Yes.
And produce.
Yes, because the first 2-3 weeks will teach you theoretically basis how the product work. So after you've done that, we'll now set an exam for you. Call it assessment examination. To be sure that what you have been taught all this while you've been going through, you've been reading, you're following up. From there, we will now know how the knowledge you have acquired before you do the practical proper in the last 5 weeks.
All right, I must commend you. I mean, that's some form of empowerment, especially at a time like this when we're looking to have more entrepreneurs than, you know, people looking for white-collar jobs across the country. So I'd say thank you very much. Just quickly, I hear you have a promo running this period, a bonanza or something.
Yes, we are doing bonanza only on the inverters.
Okay.
So if you are buying the inverters, we'll sell it for you at a promo discounted price. If you still cannot make the payment at full payment at the promo discounted price, we give you room for instrumental payment. Oh, you make a deposit, we keep the product for you for an extra 2 months. Even after the end of the bonanza, you still have your 2 months to make instrumental payment. Okay. But when you finish paying, you come and carry your goods.
All right. So quickly, your office address where people can reach you, and then the numbers. Just quickly.
Brightence Electronics is located at number 30 Federal Government Guest College Road, near UBTH, Ubawa, Benin City. It's just along the road. After 4 Square Gospel Church, the next 3 buildings say down house. That's where we do Brightence Electronics. And we open Monday, Wednesday, and Friday only. Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 10 o'clock to 3 p.m. in the afternoon. That's when we are in the office, because we use our Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday to assemble the said product based on our strength.
All right. Thank you very, very much, Dr. Brightence, for your time this morning. And also, once again, thank you for the empowerment program your company is putting together, because I think that's what it is, helping young people get empowered, to stand on their own. Thank you very, very much for